Post-match post-mortem in the Ekstraklasa on Sports tonight is finished. Polonia Warsaw 2, Ruch Chorzow 1, all the goals in the first half. At Loftus Road in England, it's finished, by the way. Queen's Park Rangers 1, the 10 men of Everton 1. Earlier in the day, Sunderland drew 1-1 against the 10 men of Newcastle United. QPR still to win this season, rock bottom. That's the story in the Premier League. The storyline here, Ruch Chorzow's 3-match winning run, Robert Błaszczak, comes to an end alongside Agatha Lee here in the studio, our two stellar Polish football pundits. The run comes to an end, but their first real test, wasn't it, against the Polonia Warsaw side that have to be the best value for money if you're a fan.
Of course, I mean, such an entertaining football, allowing both going forward quite often, but then also the opposition to come to your own box.
Scored 15, conceded 10, 25 goals in 8 games.
Proper football, you know, it's all about action, it's all about putting the best forward. My reservation comes actually to Jacek Zieliński in terms of he inherited the team after three straight defeats, and then he had four rather, I would say, easy fixtures.
Back against the bottom three, they won those 3 games and a spin coming in.
And then, you know, so people were thinking, well, you know, Zieliński did an amazing job. But eventually, when they faced a very decent Polonia side, they just couldn't beat them.
And Agatha, predictions all day. You went 1-1 at the start, and obviously it was 2-1 at half-time.
Yes.
You went 4-2 for Polonia, but I tell you what, we didn't have the goals, but so many chances at both ends, which it's good to watch, isn't it, this Polonia team?
Fantastic, and a great atmosphere as well. And it's just, as Robert said, it's the best value for money. Tickets cost about £5.
Any interesting tweets from people if they've been on the
yes, yes, I have one from Krzysztof, who said Wszołek is so dynamic. He's definitely the future of the Polish football. Yeah. So he played really, really well. And then one very unhappy person who said that they definitely should be down to 10 with this shocking tackle that we could see on Polonia. So
Ruch Chorzow
in general,
probably
people
lucky
are
to finish with 11 men. Of course, the problem was they finished without their main striker, Robert Błaszczak, the man who put them in front, Arkadiusz Piech, and you can see that goal. It was a class finish. He's got 5 of their 8 this season, which
probably the biggest
must worry the manager.
It's a great ball to the box by Zieliński, experienced left midfielder. Piech, you know, this is the talent of the striker to finish it in style. The question should be, I mean, my question is whether Ruch would prefer not to score that goal and Piech stay fit, because it seems like without
they go to Górnik Zabrze in a Silesia derby, which Agatha knows all about in the next game. That's going to be a tough one, isn't it? If they're not careful, they could go on another tricky run.
That's correct. I mean, that match against Górnik Zabrze is historically absolutely massive to Polish football.
Górnik unbeaten this season.
Górnik unbeaten this season, of course, and also, I mean, but historically, you know, between these teams, I think we have 27 league titles.
Yeah. None since the late 1980s, though. They've both been on a barren run. But the thing about this game was that Polonia Warsaw came back fast, didn't they? The opener on 12 minutes for the visitors, Ruch Chorzow. Only 7 minutes later, Polonia Warsaw level, and that seemed to be key, didn't it?
Well, that's for Polonia. It was important to score as quickly as possible, because otherwise, now it would build the momentum for Chorzów to continue with that.
And the Ruch Chorzow manager, this wasn't the first time or the only time in the game that the long ball found them out. Jacek Zieliński, an experienced manager, he needs to look at his back foot, doesn't he?
It's as simple as that. I mean, how come Stawarczyk, an experienced defender, can allow that ball to go past him and then for Dwashvili to get it? And I mean, the finish itself.
It's a good finish from the Georgian, but you wonder about Peskiewicz, the keeper. You know, when the ball drops that far towards his box, and
I could imagine he was surprised as much as we were that his teammate didn't deal with the ball when it was coming towards the box.
And Ruch Chorzow couldn't even keep it level to half time. Polonia went in front. It was Bryszki, a player we didn't really talk about, which emphasises how much attacking talent they have at Polonia.
That's correct. Look, another high ball. Causing havoc in the box.
Wszołek all day long, wasn't he?
Wszołek all the way there, and then Bryszki just got the ball with left-footed. He found himself on the right side, very convenient, and he smashed it to the far post.
Nice finish, a tight finish.
Very tight finish, lovely drive.
And the thing was, second half, the great thing that makes Polonia Warsaw wonderful to watch is they have so many attacking options going forward, but defensively they just switch off at times. And I guess it underlined the importance of Piech to this Ruch Chorzow team, because Nigel came on and didn't convert a number of chances.
I mean, I'm quite certain that if Piech was to stay on the pitch, I think the chances that Nigel was given, he would convert them.
Yeah, we can see one second half was a clear opportunity, wasn't it, for Ruch Chorzow, and it just seems that maybe being on the bench, composure lacked a little bit.
Perhaps. I mean, we need to keep in mind that Nigerians still have some quality, but when he found himself in such a position, you know, I mean, the ball, first of all, the ball through, it's incredible that the defenders have allowed it.
Defensive.
I mean, they were watching that. It's just when you play FIFA on PlayStation, it never happens to get such an easy ball, but then eventually, how did he not finish it? It remains a mystery.
It certainly does. And right to the end, Ruch Chorzow had opportunities, didn't they? You know, Polonia obviously had more chances, arguably, but Zinchenko with a header late on, and in the end, Pawelek had to come to the rescue of Polonia.
With Polonia not being actually able to put that match into the bed, I thought we are expecting a dramatic finale with that, you know, late equalizer, and that was one of these balls. I mean, as it's the Pawelek touched the ball.
We can look at it. We can look at it now and emphasise the vulnerability of Polonia Warsaw to crosses all day long.
I mean, again, we have a long ball that the defenders can deal with well with, and then Zinchenko. I mean, he's 35, if I'm correct, but he still finds enough space, and then he causes his former teammates from Wisła Krakow to react and save 3 points for the home side.